running on a display in a computer store right as it came out. It seems like they're putting a lot of stock into it. And I saw Spring Hill Zone. And immediately I looked at my mom and I was like, please. And she was like, oh, fuck, of course not. So my brother and I rake leaves all fall. And the first system we bought ourselves was a Sega Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's all I did for the entire summer. And it was a fantastic, fantastic game. I mean, it was pretty looking. It was fast. It was good, platforming segments. And I don't know that some aspects of it hold up super well over time, but it was very impressive when it came out, and it's still a lot of fun. Sonic 2 is like probably the pinnacle of the series for most people. Sonic 3 Knuckles is my absolute favorite platforming game of all time outside of DuckTales. I love the damn thing. And we fall upon some dark times.
Well, my experience, so I was at my friend's Kevin's house. Alongside irritable Ian Ferguson, I'm Pat Country. Ian's voice is a little bit lost right now. Minus my loss, we're going to power through this. We got our ring dings, we got our tasty cake crimpets, we got our devil dogs. Can't get drinks, cakes on the West Coast.
No, this is very exciting.
Ian, how's your too many posts?
It's good.
It's endearing.
Thank you.
What people say is a character of the bomb?
It's very cute.
He's very cute. We'll just call you whatever that guy is.
Okay.
So we're talking about some topics, right? Mighty number 9 getting mediocre reviews. The 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. The 20th anniversary of N64. A little bit extra news on GameStop, maybe confirming NX features. We'll see. And your Q&A. Let's get right into it. Mighty number 9 came out. So let's just say less than stellar reviews.
After one turn of the cosmic wheel, it finally got released. Kaiji Ifune's attempt at making a new Mega Man game, essentially. After numerous backer delays, it came out looking like a game on the PlayStation 2. It's apparently unbalanced as all hell. And a lot of people are unhappy about that. The reviews have stated a number of things. The one that is most bothersome. In a Mega Man game, the excitement really is supposed to be beating the boss masters and getting the weapons, sure, and using them in the proper order. And apparently that doesn't mean fuck all in Mighty Number 9. I mean, it does. There is a right order to go through with. But apparently they introduced this badass combo system, to...
Yeah, we saw that during the great advertising campaign.
Yes.
I guess you have these slide combos where you can slide vertically, horizontally, enemy, you get combo points.
She turns you to flaming pizza or something like
Is
that.
that one of the features of the game? How does it miss that?
There's one weapon in particular, I believe, called the cryosphere, that keeps your window open for comboing. You can get it very early on in the game, and since the game is all combo-based, point-based essentially, there's really no need to switch that else. So that's kind of
It takes one of the first step.
it's kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cheap death. Climbing is very difficult. It's not exactly fine-tuned.
It doesn't look good.
No, it looks like crap.
It looks like a Game Boy Advance.
No, don't tell the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, okay. Well, in this IGN review, it says right from the get-go, it's pretty clear some things in this game. A sickly color palette and flat lighting notice that they help this generic Saturday morning cartoon art style. So that's a Saturday morning cartoon art style, not from the 80s or 90s, but like the past 15 years, where it's all CG.
Right.
So it looks too clean, too just sort of generic. Yeah.
Well, it was made in Unity 3, which was outdated half a turn of the cosmic wheel ago, which is why there were so many delays, because they couldn't do half the things they wanted to improve their support.
So this frame rate issue supposedly all the lighting effects are sporadic throughout the game because of that.
Yeah, the Wii U version has frame rate issues that are basically like just on.
Not that the Wii uses the more powerful system, but it should be able to run a game like 9, all right? Yeah.
This is problematic for a lot of reasons. Mighty Number 9 time to out and is mediocre. Mediocre. That's not any better.
Mediocre reviews.
Mediocre reviews. is it sheds to a degree a very bad light on Kickstarter. Now, obviously, there are plenty of Kickstarters that work out very, very well. And this is going to, I think, in a lot of people's minds, damage how they view Kickstarter games in the future.
Sure, because this one had lots of delays, but it had lots of fanfare to begin with, so people, it makes it hurt that much more, right? It's not like this is a game that came out of nowhere, when it came and gone, no one would have remembered the date for now.
And it was one of the first big Kickstarter projects by a big name, so that, like I said prior, it's not gonna make it look good. Inafune also wanted to do a cartoon, a movie, various tie-ins, announced that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's Rule 34. And they announced it as a series before it even released. I mean, they put all their eggs in one basket. There's a little bit of hubris involved, I think, in the project.
Yeah, they saw how much success the original Kickstarter got. Yeah, we'll just start a whole company now, we'll do 3 games a year. Now it's belly up. But now you have this association of Kickstarter games being bad. It's just that this one went there. This was the one that had like 2 years ago. This is the one that is going to be massively disappointing, but it doesn't mean every Kickstarter game is going to be bad.
So I just have one question for everyone. Who's really excited about Concept's Red Ash now? Anyone? Anyone excited about that one? Does anyone know what it is? It's the next game by the creators of Mighty Number 9. I'm sure it's fucking fantastic.
So how could they have gone this far wrong this direction? This is the whole company now is going to be not in shambles, but now they're hobbled after this.
Yeah, their ankles are broken.
Yes, this is misery. Literally and figuratively, misery. So are you going to play this at some point? Or is it going to become like your DuckTales remaster?
No, I am going to play it. I have to code it. I didn't get a chance, unfortunately, to play it before we left, but I will try it out on Monday, and on the next podcast, I'll report back with actual, further impressions as to is it really that shitty.
Stay tuned for more from Ian's special report on the CUPodcast. Alright, so we have
I was like the Dan from Street Fighters here to
So he had Genesis, I did not, and he got Sonic, and I guess a lot of people did. A lot of people just waited until it came a package later on in 90, later in 91 to get it. I remember Ultimate Beast was a packaging for the first, year and a half.
Wise from your mediocrity.
Yes, so that helped the Genesis so much, because before then, the Genesis was selling, but once you get Sonic in there, it's like, now we have something. Blast that process. Whatever that actually means. So Sonic's important, not just because it's a good game. It's an iconic mascot that rivaled Mario over time.
And it launched a whole slew of mascot imitators. And so many of them are promoted. Zero
Crash Bandicoot. I don't understand love for Crash at all. I heard a woot. I don't know why. But Sonic was a legit badass marketing asset.
Okay, he had a lot of attitude.
He was like the sort of, okay, now we're teenage video game fans. We're not kidding Nintendo fans.
You play around with a fat fucking plumber? I got fucking fast shoes.
that was basically how they marketed it. Yeah. In the commercials, they showed like, they'll show the shitty Nintendo game, now you show the Sega Genesis, and now you've gone through video game puberty, and that's what Sonic represented. Yeah, basically did. Looking back, was it cheesy? Yeah, probably, because you don't have the equivalent now, where it's like, because we love Mario games and we love Nintendo products, and we don't think of it being as childish, it's just classic to us now. But
Sonic was your first beer behind the water tower.
You think so? Your first pull on a cigarette?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you started massively coughing, which would probably be the 32X, I think.
Cool material.
Thanks, Steve, I get your approval. So I never was a huge fan of Sonic, just because I don't like the on rails portion of the game. Because the whole game is staggered. It's like, okay, you have to run around and watch a 15-second cutscene basically in the level.
So that's different. You go through a bunch of bullshit hard stuff, and then you get this freedom rush of just craziness. And it's not on rails. That's how you find most of the secrets. You have to know when you jump and shit. When you're going super fast.
Sure.
Triangles and rings and stuff.
Okay, it's on rails. We're on the roller coaster part. Things of that nature. You're going when they start to get the torch through stuff. It looks neat. It does look neat. Not saying it's not a bad game. It just never was for me. And so that was when a lot more kids got the Sega Genesis, and went neck and neck with the Super Nintendo. You know, fighting out at the heralded 16-bit console wars. A lot of 13-year-olds' lives were lost in that war.
Actually, fun stating what Nintendo doesn't do.
Yeah, a lot of casualties. What it doesn't do.
What Nintendo can't
That was the first round of marketing inside the state of America. Nintendo doesn't do what Nintendo. That's where we're going. Girls over tongue there. And their thoughts they have. They're releasing but they're going to announce a new game like next month. I don't know why. They chose the anniversary to announce an announcement for the game. It's like those pre-teasers you look like 3 seconds of a movie teaser.
Sound in the downward spiral.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they have a humble bundle out. Not this is an advertisement, but they do have a Sonic. It's $167 worth of awesome stuff, including the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog EX, Sonic 3D West, Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Lost World, what? Is that Jurassic Park? Sonic Generations, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, and Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. What is that game? I do not want to know.
It's like Mario Kart.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's
Oh, is
actually
it
good.
good? Okay. And Sonic is leading from behind there. I just thought it was funny that Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account took a shot at Mighty Number 9.
Our pal Chris Kohler did a really great Photoshop of a 3DS game called Sonic in the Glass House.
Yes. That's a little, I mean, when he says he likes that Sonic account, that's a little bit close to the edge. When you start attacking the misfortunes of rival competitors that openly, it's like, yeah, that's how you were back in the early 90s. Sega itself, but now, Sega, you're not really more 25 years.
He's hit rock bottom, just let him sling shit. No one cares.
Alright, so you get this humble bundle and all you? No, okay, moving on then. Speaking of anniversaries, in Japan, the 20th anniversary of Nintendo 64.
I'm 64! If I could open my mouth and make crickets chirp, that's what would happen. I'm sorry, but Nintendo 64 is dog shit.
Wow, hot take, hot take.
Hot takes.
We'll tell you what you want to hear, we'll tell you what you need to hear. Reality check.
I tell you what I want to tell you, and you can digest it how you can too. So,
He said he played N64 last night. We all like the N64 to some degree. He's using a little bit of a hyperbole, I believe.
I do that.
He is going to be over the top of the survey.
Well, to the person who's talking about that, they played N64 last night. The N64 was great for basically one thing. It did one thing really well. It's a fantastic multiplayer system. And
He said that man, he's walking out.
Fuck
you guys! Fuck you, I thought when I was 4! Fuck you, Ian! I'm not subscribing! Red video incoming! Fuck you guys! You guys
it does one thing, it does one thing really well. And that's really sweet. It's fantastic at multiplayer between Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. The two snowboard kids games, which I don't think get nearly enough love, and all 4 of the Apex games.
No, go on.
WWO, Revenge, No Mercy, and WrestleMania 2000. I can still play those for hours today, even though all the wrestlers are like giant chunks of beef jerky.
And of course, most of the Nintendo first party games are obviously
Like, yes.
the Zelda game. Mario 64 has been one of the best 3D platforms ever. They defined the genre.
Yes.
You know, but there were some bad parts of the N64.
It has no RPGs.
Ogre Battle!
Yeah, one. I'm so okay. The one guy who knows that there's one. And it's just the greatest subtitle too. Person of lordly caliber.
But they started a bad trend of not having packing games anymore, having only one controller keep with it, having Nintendo not having really any launch titles for it.
And it was the start of I mean, it's still a lot, but less third-party support.
Yeah, because Nintendo decided for some reason we don't like CD technology. You know, that's the future. That's what PC gaming had been for like 5 years. You know, you can do full motion audio and video, and you can hold a lot more storage than a cartridge. We're going to be antiquated and automatic and be afraid of piracy or something, and stick with cartridge games, which fuck them with RPGs and other games that they get from the console.
It's one of the big reasons where they go. They want to make these huge cinematic games. And at the time, physical media was so cost prohibitive that you really couldn't do that sort of thing on there.
Sure, but there's the good times too. It probably was the pinnacle of a party game console.
Yes.
Because it had 4 controller ports built in. It had been seen since the first run of Party 200, I believe.
Mario Party. Who did the first couple of them?
No idea.
Lots of songs. That's why they were so good. And that's why they felt so hard.
But you cannot talk about N64 without talking about GoldenEye. Because that game, that's why that guy walked out. Because every day in college, him and his roommates played GoldenEye. Because it was a 4-player first-person shooter on a console. And no, it was not, I had to tell all my dumb friends, this was not like the first-person shooter game ever. There was something called Doom and Wolfenstein 3D and Duke Nukem that came out before. But it was the first one that was, you know, the first casual first-person shooter that millions and millions and millions of people can play easily. You need internet connection to play with your friends.
4 people sitting around like a 22-inch CRT.
Yes.
Straining the hell out of their eyes.
12 frames per second shooting the rocket launcher at each other. So like the cavern or what was the other famous one?
Yeah.
You made a game in the, what was the one with all the shelves? The stack. Yes, the stack. I was thinking of it.
I did like Temple, and there was the follow-up Perfect Dark. I actually really enjoyed Perfect Dark, and it kept some of the other maps from GoldenEye.
And it was cool. It had the power weapons, you had the golden gun mode, there was one shot. There was a ton of features in the game. It was a great game, GoldenEye.
I didn't hate it, just some kind
But at the end of the day, in N64, once you get past, I would say you get past like a dozen games you had to play, you're left with about 200 sports and racing titles that no one ever remembers or cares about.
It's the best system ever if you like mediocre racing games. And I think Gilly, if he's here, him and I talked about that earlier. If you love Top Gear games, it's absolutely the system you need to own.
Get Beetle Racer. Sounds a good one.
Yeah. But, I mean, if it makes anyone feel better, because I said mean things about the N64, most people love it, and I think it's actually a system now that is more popular now than it actually was then. From the retail side of things, I can't keep Nintendo 64s in stock. I can't keep good games for the Nintendo 64 in stock. People come in and get mad at me because I don't have Mario Kart. Like, I'm just supposed to have a fucking stack of Mario. It's like one of the best games for the system.
That's also the first time we saw the complete chameleon approach of having multicolored consoles, several of them for sale. At various times, to boost sales, they did add-ins like the DK version, Donkey Kong expansion pack. They had the expansion pack, which was a first, the first sort of console upgrade, right?
Luckily, they only released like 3 games. It was Perfect Dark, Donkey Kong Country, and Donkey Kong 64.
Retro updates.
There were a bunch of third-party games where you could optionally turn it on for smoothing and things like that, but it didn't really matter.
So it was, to me, that was sort of not the last hurrah Nintendo being on top, but that was the last time where they would sort of be the forefront of the video gaming scene.
They were considered an actual competitor in the console, whereas it's kind of their own thing. And don't get me wrong, I really like Nintendo, love my 3DS and my Wii U, but it's not really talked about in the same breath as things like the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One.
Sure, and that's the religious stranglehold on the video game market. The investor earnings call at GameStop, and their CEO, Paul Raines, responded to a question saying, from the switch from optical disc cartridge, saying, we'll have physical media and we will, GameStop, play a role in the NX. Our pre-owned business will also play a role, so we're excited about that. So they got the skinny of Nintendo. Nintendo had to sort of massage your fear. GameStop, it's okay, you can sell games still.
You're massaging my ears. What was less confirmed, but was talked about vaguely, was that it very well may be cartridge-based media. And while they couldn't say either way, it was kind of an exciting prospect to GameStop because cartridges are much easier to refurbish. You have to remember, GameStop will take in basically any game. Even if it's scratched, they will simply deduct money or credit from you that you would get from trading it in as a resurfacing fee. How much time and effort do they spend on resurfacing these discs and getting them back into workable order? A cartridge, you clean it, you slap it back in a plastic case, and you're done. So it would be really exciting for them, and quite frankly for us, to get cartridge games again, because it would be so much easier to handle. Cartridges are so much easier to work with than discs.
It's also a marketing tool to keep physical cartridges because GameStop's a huge retailer and you don't want to piss them off.
Right.
By not having them be able to sell your product because they're going to, okay, we're not going to promote anything. We don't have to sell your console because we won't make any money on the console. We're making money on the accessories, we're making money on the games. So don't piss off a big retailer. You have to keep it physical retail, at least for now. Maybe not 5, 10 years from now, at least right now they have to. They didn't know the marketing push that they can get, so the NX is a success. I'm just disappointed that this is the news. That means that there's no backwards compatibility with the Wii U, and that to me is a big deal.
Sure.
The last 3 consoles.
And it is upsetting since Nintendo's always done it, and I think it's going to leave a lot of Wii U owners feeling slighted that they can't continue to use their Wii U games. That doesn't mean they won't have some sort of program.
Add on, you be able to use your like 20-hard USB DVD drive and plug it in. There has to be some way to do it, because it'll be way more powerful than the Wii U to run it.
Right.
But maybe half-assed with the Wii interface with the Wii U, maybe they don't want to put in the time to make something more streamlined. I don't know.
It's totally possible.
They don't want to just throw it on an emulator and probably like garbage.
Just take your Wii U to your NX and call it a super system.
Wait for that Dreamcast 2 to have 3D emulation.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. So does this make you excited to have like little DS-sized, potentially chip games?
Well, with the rumor that it's going to be partially portable, partially home console, I imagine we are going to see something around the size of a 3DS cartridge if it does decide to go this way. We're not going to get big old honking plastic pieces.
That also means that you're going to have the differentiation between like the handheld version of the game. You know that there's 2 versions of Smash, the Wii U and 3DS. In the future, you'll probably have one in the next generation.
It could be great because I killed my enthusiasm for the 3DS Smash once I got the Wii U.
Because it'll cost the same amount, it'll be the same console potentially. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be like a reverse Wii U, where the handheld gets the video to the TV potentially. That's gonna be weird. It's gonna be wacky. I'm gonna get one. I want to get one. You want to get one?
Yeah, that's my plan, to get the Nintendo system and build a gaming PC and fuck off Sony and Microsoft.
Not literally. What do you think the odds of this actually coming back and doing, not Wii numbers, but somewhere between Wii U and Wii?
I think it would be much better than the Wii U, I would hope. I don't know. It's not going to be Wii numbers. The last point I would make is in this article, this meeting, they stated that even if it did as well, at least business-wise for them, even if it did as well as the Wii U, that's good for them. If it's half as well as the Wii, it's great for them. So, I mean, they're excited about it. I think they're just excited that because of physical media, hey, we still get to make more money. It doesn't matter what happens to Nintendo.
Sure. Q&A time on the live.